Fans were excited about the possibility of Charlie Cox's Daredevil returning for a solo show or movie after the success of Marvel's Netflix series. Luckily, Marvel Studios made that wish come true pretty quickly. Let's dive into what we know about Daredevil Born Again. The good news is that Daredevil is back, and this time it's part of the bigger Marvel world. They revealed at San Diego Comic-Con 2022 that Daredevil would get a new series in the Marvel Cinematic Universe on Disney+, called Daredevil Born Again. Since the announcement, there have been some changes in the series, including a shake-up in its creative team. Daredevil Born Again promises to bring more of the beloved superhero to our screens. While there is no shortage of Marvel characters in various shows and movies, Daredevil has a special place in fans' hearts. Charlie Cox's portrayal of the character in the Netflix series earned a lot of love, and people have been eagerly waiting for more adventures. After a pause due to strikes, filming for Daredevil Born Again is set to resume in early 2024. The show is planned to premiere on Disney Plus in 2025, and it's going to have 18 episodes split into 2 halves of 9 episodes each. These halves will be released separately. Initially, the series was supposed to launch in early 2024, but it got removed from Marvel Studios' schedule in September 2023 because filming wasn't finished due to the strikes by the WGA and the SAG-AFTRA, which have now concluded. The first episode is expected to be released around January 2025, according to a filing with the United States Copyright Office. Daredevil Born Again is set to be a part of Phase 5 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel fans were thrilled after the 2021 MCU film, demanding the return of Charlie Cox and his portrayal of Matt Murdock. Marvel listened and brought back Cox's Matt Murdock in the Disney Plus series She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. Not only that, but the menacing Kingpin, played by Vincent D'Onofrio from the Netflix series, also made a powerful return in the Hawkeye series. Fans got what they wished for, and Marvel responded by announcing the revival of the Netflix series, naming it Daredevil Born Again. Daredevil originally kicked off in 2015, running for 3 seasons. The creator of the show, Drew Goddard, who is known for his work on Daredevil, is now in talks for another Marvel project. Rumors suggest that he might lead the upcoming Spider-Man 4 film alongside Tom Holland. In 2024, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is doing something different with the release of Echo and Deadpool 3. Even though there are fewer releases this year, these two are causing a stir because they have TV, MA and R ratings, which means more mature content. Daredevil Born Again is expected to continue this trend of maturity in the MCU. Despite what you think about the ratings, Echo has hinted that Daredevil's story won't be as violent as Deadpool's adventures or even Daredevil's early appearances. Now, why is Echo saying this? Well, Echo, the character in the series, isn't that violent herself. Even though the marketing for the show made a big deal about it being the first TV MA-rated MCU show, the violence in Echo doesn't come close to what we saw in Netflix's Daredevil or the Deadpool movies. It's interesting because Daredevil Born Again, even with its mature rating, may not be as brutal as you'd expect. Echo's story seems to keep things less intense, especially when compared to the gritty scenes we saw in Daredevil on Netflix and the over-the-top action in the Deadpool films. The show could have shown more brutality, especially when dealing with the character Wilson Fisk and his gang, but it chose a different path. There is a moment where Wilson Fisk's hand and suit are all bloody after he attacks an ice cream vendor pretty harshly. That's something unusual for Marvel, known for its action-packed but not overly violent scenes. Another dark moment is when Maya, the main character, loses her mom and her leg in a car crash during her childhood. But strangely, the rest of the scenes where Maya deals with criminals aren't as intense. They feel more like a Captain America movie. This makes us think Marvel might be avoiding showing too much violence in its Disney Plus shows, and this might carry over to Daredevil Born Again, which has the same rating. Even though Daredevil had one of Marvel's most iconic and brutal action scenes, it wasn't all about extreme violence. It's different from Deadpool, where gory and overly violent scenes are a big part of the Merc with a mouth style, creating shock humor that franchise is famous for. Daredevil's violent moments were just a small piece of what made the show iconic. Vincent D'Onofrio, the actor who played Kingpin, said it's the emotions behind those tough scenes that made them powerful, not just the violence itself. The Marvel Cinematic Universe might be avoiding excessive violence on its streaming platform to maintain its positive image. This is okay because the MCU has a history of showing impactful brutality without going into gory details. Echo, for instance, demonstrates this approach by revealing Kingpin's intense anger without constantly showing the ice cream vendors suffering during the attack. If Daredevil Born Again follows this style of TV MA-rated violence, the show can keep everything that made Daredevil special without losing its essence. Charlie Cox is making a comeback as Daredevil, the blind lawyer who fights crime at night. Vincent, set to appear in Echo, is also returning as Wilson Fisk, known as Kingpin, ensuring everyone has survived a hit in the Hawkeye series. Daredevil Born Again has some new faces too, with Michael Gandolfini in a secret role and Margarita Leviva and Sandrine Holt playing Vanessa Fisk, Kingpin's wife. There are more exciting additions to the cast. Nikki M. James as Kristen McDuffie, a key character in Daredevil comics, and John Bernthal reprising his role as Frank Castle, also known as the Punisher. Alquawa Cox and Tatiana Maslany might make appearances too, making the show even more interesting. Behind the scenes, Daredevil Born Again has new leaders. Darius Carter-Payne as the showrunner and Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead as directors. IMDb lists Matt Coleman, Louis D. Esposito, Chris Gary, Chris Ord, and Brad Winderbaum as the show's executive producers. Charlie Cox, the main star of Daredevil Born Again, shared that the plan was to shoot the series throughout 2023. Originally, they were set to begin filming in February and wrap up in December. However, things didn't go as planned. Filming kicked off in March 2023 but hit a pause in June due to Hollywood strikes. Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, has reassured fans that filming will resume soon. He mentioned, "We're gonna start soon, hopefully sooner than later. And Charlie and I feel like the right vibe is there." Despite the delays, the positive news is that both main actors are optimistic and ready to get back to work. Interestingly, reports suggest that the Netflix Daredevil show will have an impact on the upcoming Daredevil Born Again series, which is something that's left fans a little too curious. We don't have all the details about Daredevil Born Again's plot, but in the comics, it's a dark story where Daredevil faces off against Kingpin, who tries to destroy him by manipulating his feelings for Karen Page. Whether this storyline will be the same in the MCU is uncertain, but what we do know is that the series will consist of 18 episodes, giving plenty of room to explore Daredevil's journey in this new chapter. Marvel is making some changes to the show's direction. According to Variety, head writer Chris Ord and Matt Coleman are no longer leading the project. Marvel is on the lookout for new writers to give the series a fresh direction, while still crediting Ord and Coleman as executive producers. The show's directors for the remaining episodes are also being replaced. Less than half of the planned 18 episodes were filmed before the Hollywood strikes, and Marvel intends to use some of the existing materials while taking the show in a new creative direction. And that is all there is to know about the new show, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to stay in the loop.